Hi, so today I wanted to talk a little bit about the problem that I see in society as a whole, which is the lack of symbolic thinking that seems to be going on with people at large, especially in the United States. And as a quick, disclaimer, this isn't necessarily going to be about MBTI, so if you're not going to be interested, I would just click away now. And also, if you're looking for something that's going to be a distraction from what's happening in the world right now, this probably isn't the video for you either. Or if you don't like anything that's going to kind of challenge the mainstream and that's going to upset you, also I would recommend just clicking out of this video now. So that being said, this problem that I think I see in, like I said, the United States especially, is this lack of symbolic thinking. And it's like people, they just want everything to be 100% like as it is. Nothing, is a symbol for anything else. It just has to be a clear cut, 100%. This is what it is. And it's just my perception. Obviously, on an individual level, people aren't all this way, but this is about a trend I see overall. And one of the kind of main manifestations of this is the lack of analytical thinking when it comes to media, things people are consuming, whether it's movies or TV, or the off chance somebody reads a book. They just want everything to be explained, no ambiguity. And I think a good example of this, not necessarily a terribly recent example, but this is a criticism sometimes that's leveled against Christopher Nolan films, especially the ending of Inception, because it's, people don't know. They don't know what the actual conclusion is, and so that upset them and they don't understand. And his films especially, he treats the audience as though they're intelligent, and so you actually have to pay attention. It's not as a slight against the Marvel movies, but it's not a movie like that. So there's that, and then I think that in general modern art is a representation of this, because if you compare modern art, a lot of it, a normal person looks at it and they don't know what it means. Does it mean anything? I don't know. Is it pleasant to look at? I don't know. And to me, those are two things that art should achieve, either one or both of those. And if you compare the art, modern art now, to Renaissance art is loaded with symbolism, so much so that there's graduate college courses about it, and they're also very pleasing to look at. So those are two, very, very different things. And if you don't like modern art now, well, you're just not sophisticated enough to understand it. Okay. And then there's also literature. And to me, it seems like the classics are kind of being pushed out of the collective psyche, or the collective mind. So there's no connection to history or culture that are represented in those books, which I think is a detriment to society now, regardless of how problematic the book is. And from what I can see, what's being promoted to the masses now stands in stark contrast to the classics and to Shakespeare and things like this. And I also think that a lot of people, they have TV or music on in the background, have background noise, and they're not necessarily thinking about what it is that they're consuming and what does it mean. And this can be a problem, because if you just start internalizing things without realizing what it is, that's not good, because that's like subliminal messages. You get a message across to people without them realizing it. And there are certain themes that show up in music videos a lot, and over and over again. And why are they there? Like alter personas and Alice in Wonderland, which seems to be the one work that a lot of music videos reference. Why? And there's a lot of occult symbolism as well. And this isn't an accident, and a really good resource if you want to learn more about that is this website called vigilanttcitizen.com. And if you want to learn more about that and what exactly I'm talking about. But we've come a long way from Katy Perry doing the one eye sign in her music videos. And from what I've seen, Billie Eilish's music videos are just kind of loaded with this kind of thing. And also the rapper Lil Nas X or whatever his name is. I don't even want to look at it, because it's so loaded with bad symbolism that I don't want that in my brain. And so the problem is that people, especially young people and teenagers, they watch this and they just internalize it and they don't know what it is. That's a problem. And I think, it's not good. And I'm sitting here with a one-eyed pumpkin shirt on, and that's probably a lot of people didn't even realize that. And that's the problem, is that because it becomes so pervasive and it's everywhere, we don't realize it anymore. So I'm talking about a larger agenda here as well, is this disconnect from symbolic meaning and, the collective unconscious and things like this, to the point where when something actually is a symbol, people don't realize it. Like this, what is this? Oh, just wear it and don't complain. But it is a symbol of a lot of things. It's a symbol of conformity. It's a symbol of silencing yourself. It's a lack of emotions because you can't see other people's faces. And how is this going to affect kids growing up when they don't see emotional expressions on other people's faces? They just see a sea of blank. I don't know. Does anybody care? No. But it is a symbol, and then people say, no, it's not. Or when people say that the current state of things is not Orwellian, but it is. Or if they say certain things, that's not coercion, even though people's jobs are being threatened if they don't go along with this one specific thing. That's not coercion, okay, but it is. And so when they're doing this, it's the embodiment of the mantras from 1984, like ignorance is strength and freedom is slavery. But they don't realize it, and they say, no, this time that we're going through is not Orwellian. But it is. And so it also leads into the kind of like inversion of symbols that do exist. They invert it. And so I guess the whole point of this video is that when people are just kind of being told not to engage with things symbolically or to analyze meaning behind things and just accept reality as what it is, that's a problem. And so we don't even recognize things when they're right in our face. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. Hope you're having a good day. Bye.